This review has been approved by Lord Carnage. Welcome to Classic Game Room, coming to you from the Intergalactic Space Arcade, which is rad to the max. Is this game as tubular as it looks? It's T&C Surf Designs on the NES. Bogus. The relaxing sound of waves crashing on the beach and that opening screen bring back fond memories. Memories of playing T&C Surf Designs as a kid, and sometimes it's best to let memories stay in the past, where they belong. Back in the day, I used to think this was the hottest thing since Nia Peoples wearing a bikini. Now I think it's the coldest thing since Nia Peoples not returning my phone calls last week. Half a bottle of tequila later, but I love you in the North Shore. Oh, gnarly. Town and Country Surf Designs personifies everything that was cool about the beach and skating and surfing in the late 80s, and somehow managed to get away with all of it. It's a terrible game. What was wrong with me as a kid? I loved T&C Surf Designs as a kid, especially when wearing some OP t-shirts and jams that my mom bought me at JCPenney. I had these fabulous dreams of going out west to the beach at Lake Erie in Ohio. This whole California and Hawaii thing was just some made-up crap on TV. Fictionalized for consumption in Magnum P.I. TC Surf Factory. Damn right, this game should be about TC meeting up with Rick and Magnum at the bar to get drunk on Robin Master's coin while trying to relive some Nam flashbacks. But no, you don't get that. You get a gorilla surfing with a hat. What's the subtitle? Wood and Water Rage. Nothing about this game rages. LJN lies to children. LJN probably kicks puppies. I must have played it a lot, and my favorite part was the surfing. I wonder whatever happened to those OP t-shirts. Those were nice. It's not fair. I remember this being so good. Who sent this to the show? Victor from Brooklyn. Thanks for ruining my childhood, Victor. T&C Surf Designs was like a vacation away from my boring suburban Midwest lifestyle. To go somewhere interesting and warm, tropical, that only required 2 buttons and a bit of memorization. T&C Surf Designs, which I often remember as T&C Surf Factory for some reason, is bogus. Bogus to the max. I hate that little guy with his stupid bandana and his arms moving back and forth. When does this game turn into Operation Wolf so I can shoot him? Since when did cats surfboard in a tuxedo? That never happened in the North Shore. I don't know if I'm just crazy or what, but I remember like hanging out in the half pipe and scoring big points back in the day and jumping off the top and like spinning around. Am I confusing this with another game? California games, maybe? I don't know. I thought this game was better, but then again, I also used to wear jams. To be fair, I would still wear jams if I had any that fit. There's not a whole lot to T&C Surf Designs. There's 2 events, and its only real redeeming quality is the artwork that looks like a trapper keeper. For those of you born after 1990, just Google that. This is jam-packed with 2 mighty events, surfing and skating, neither of which I've ever learned to do in real life, neither of which I can do on my NES either. Why are there a bunch of sailors just hanging out on the beach watching the gorilla surf in a hat? These are questions I feel like I need an answer to now that I'm, grown up and... Who am I kidding? You surf to the top of the wave and jump off. If you surf near the bottom of the wave, you're eaten by fish or you drown. Interestingly, I always preferred the surfing when I was younger, but I gotta say the skating is the better part of the game, but it's not that good either. You skate along and you can jump over things and avoid obstacles, scoring points. There's a 2-player mode, and the song's actually not bad once it gets going, but most of the time you're only hearing the beginning of it. This is just a giant crushing blow to my self-esteem. So I've got a classic game room shout out and thank you for destroying my life to Victor from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you, Victor, for sending this game to the show. My advice is not to tamper with your childhood memories. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a phone call to make. Hi. Hi, Nia? Hi, I loved you in Deep Star 6. Hello? Hello? It's strange you think she'd be happy someone remembered her in that movie, which wasn't nearly as good as Leviathan.